Welcome to CenturySpot Reactions, where I share my thoughts on politics and more. All right, welcome everybody. Today I'm going to react to a viral video featuring ANC chairperson Siboniso Duma forcefully taking a microphone from the traditional prime minister. The situation in the province has been quite intense lately, and this incident has only exacerbated the already volatile atmosphere. You might have already seen the video, but I want us to get into the details of what happened. Let's play the video.
Our only request, Your Excellency, is for the provincial government of KZN to emulate your example of respecting our king. A senior leader of the ANC in this province, Mr. Begimtolo, who is in fact
I don't know if people can fully understand the events that have occurred since the start of the year. It is crucial to acknowledge that this situation should not have surprised anyone, given that we are talking about the ANC. The ANC is close to losing the province if they haven't already. Duma's actions clearly show disrespect, and there is no valid excuse for such behavior. Additionally, one could argue that the chairperson's actions also disrespected the king himself.
Usuku esekona ngishaya ngicela uhlale phansi besithanzothula isilo uyawulimaza umcimbi omuhle kangaka wesilo sasosuthu. You are becoming clumsy, and esizathu esenza ukuthi sihloniphane ukuthi okade phambili ngaphambi kwakho beyihlonipha into government. Msindazo socela ukuthi kwehlonipho usithulele isilo singawoni umcimbi. Socela ukuthi isilo umcimbi owakho wena silo kwaZulu Natali ongamele ndlula mithi yamakhosi ngeke samnikeza ushenge usesilimazile ispace phambili kweyicukuthwane zigcwele ngaphambili. Sindazo socela ukuthi usithulele isilo, sicela usithulele indlula mithi yamakhosi sisukume sime sonke ngaphambili samkele ingonyama esesihlalweni njengamanje. Sindazo.
The chairperson stood up just as the traditional prime minister mentioned the provincial secretary's name. It seemed like the traditional prime minister was being accused of using the program to engage in political battles and campaign for the IFP. Even if that was true, people understand that it's election season and politicians will always be politicians. While there is a time and place for everything, the chairperson should have shown political tolerance. There was no need for him to act the way he did. Personally, I believe he should have respected the traditional prime minister enough to let him speak his mind, and then he could have countered whatever points were made. Here's a clip of the chairperson being asked if he recognizes the prime minister of the Zulu nation.
Do you recognize Mr. Thulasizwe Buthelezi as the AmaZulu Royal Prime Minister, as appointed by the king?
Unfortunately, it's not our assignment, and if you understand the convention and the praxis of government, in the constitution of our state, there is no recognition of a prime minister. I just want you to understand that process, that you go read the constitution. In the province of KwaZulu-Natal, even at some point in time, develop the KZN constitution just to tailor-make the situation of the king. In our processes, in even our rule book, there is no recognition of a prime minister in the constitution. I would want us, even the country, just to understand those dynamics so that we are always dealing with the proper context of what is currently happening. So in terms of government, there is no recognition of a prime minister. But in terms of the province, yes, there is that position which is not constitutional, because even the royal household is something that is stipulated. There is black and white of even how you allocate the funding, how you deal with royal household, even Abantwan. It is clear, and it has been done in that way, which is why we've been involved since Umhlokombana passed on. So we've been part and parcel of the process.
The chairperson's response during the interview indicated that he has no plans to acknowledge the traditional prime minister, despite the prime minister being present at the event as the king's representative. It's important not to underestimate the ANC's ability to campaign. Although they claimed it was a government function, t-shirts were being handed out. Interestingly, the government had yellow t-shirts made specifically for this function, showing they were fully aware of their actions. The IFP leader summarized the situation effectively, so listen to what he had to say.
Gonja, thank you very much for your time. Political tolerance, it doesn't matter the platform. Would you say we have achieved that, particularly between the ANC and the IFP?
Thank you very much, as well as the viewers of Newsroom Africa. generally, there is a great achievement on tolerance between the ANC and the IFP at a national level. But I must agree, in KwaZulu-Natal, there are elements of intolerance. Like, for instance, this function went very well, and there was no need of taking the mic from the Prime Minister of the Zulu Nation. No matter what he was going to say, if you are tolerant, you allow people to say what they say, and the audience is the judgment whether you are just making a story of nothing, out of nothing, or you are making sense. Let me show you. If you look at the back, there are ANC t-shirts being distributed here. We don't have a problem as the IFP because we are not desperate. If you look at the colors of the t-shirt made by the department, the government, is yellow color. If you are at a distance, you can think it's ANC color, a t-shirt. But if you look close, you say, oh, they use ANC colors using the state money, the taxpayers' money to promote their ideology. But as IFP, we are more mature to be worried about t-shirts. And that is what we want to promote to all our leaders, especially as we are going to elections, which will be a turning point in our history and our country. Everybody must exercise the maximum of tolerance in order to allow people to exercise their choice as to who should be the government in KwaZulu-Natal, in the country of South Africa. That instance we saw on the stage was unfortunate in front of His Majesty, in front of the President, Mr. Cyril Ramaphosa. I hope we will not see such going forward, where a person is speaking having not said something that is ridiculous, and the program director wants to take the microphone.
The ANC appears to be facing challenges from both the IFP and the MK party. Additionally, there was another intriguing incident that occurred recently during the ANC Arts and Culture Subcommittee engagement with the creative industry. It seems that things are not going smoothly for the ANC at the moment.
Come through, Comrade Gaby comes through together with the leadership on behalf of all of you as participants to come and hand over the petition to the SG.
Celebrate a man,